Ready to go on?
Yeah.
Yeah, ready? Okay. I guess, like, what's your name and what year you were born?
Uh, my real name that my mother gave me is Maggie Lena, and I didn't like the name, so I changed the spelling of my name. Magdalene. That's what I go by now, Mitchell-Davison. But Maggielena was the name that my mom gave me, and I didn't like it.
Really?
And nobody told me to change it. I changed it when I was about the 5th grade.
Really? I didn't know
And
that.
I've had Magdalene ever since. And I was born July 26, 1936,
1936.
to Henry and Maggie Mitchell.
Maggie Mitchell. Very nice. Very nice. Could you share one of your earliest memories from your childhood?
Like what?
Something memorable that you remember from your childhood.
Oh, let me see. My father my father was a chaperone, and we lived in the country. And we lived in a small town with about 4,900 people. And everybody just about knew everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But going to school was probably the most lively thing that I had to happen to me. And I think we had to walk to school, and that wasn't very pleasant.
Mm.
And we had to walk on a gravel road. But it would be cold sometimes. They soon got us a bus.
Okay.
And they started transporting us on a bus, a school bus.
How far was that walk?
It was less than a mile.
Okay.
But it felt like it was like 2-3 miles.
All right.
We always said it was 5 miles, but it was, we were nowhere near the truth. But it felt that way because it was so cold.
I imagine. What was your family like? Like your childhood family?
Oh my! Now I had 3 older brothers. Ed, Charlie, and Eli, and they were much older than I am. They were World War II veterans.
Okay.
And they were grown and gone when I got out of the house, when I came along.
Yeah.
So I had one other brother that was born along near me.
Mm-hmm.
He's 4 years older than me. And then I had a sister, and it was me, and then it was my younger sister. It was 4 of us came along. And we lived on the farm. We were born in an old farmhouse. And we stayed there until we graduated from high school.
That was in Winsboro?
Winsboro. And our motor, we were farmers. We had to pick cotton and chop cotton. And we all had chores when we were kids. And my chore was to pick up chips to make fire in the fireplace, because we didn't have no running water. No electricity. We used lamps for a long time. And I think when I was maybe about 8th or 9th grade, we got a radio, and we got lights later on. And about maybe some years later, we got a TV. I think I was about 8th, 9th grade when we got a TV. And we could watch TV from evening, 10 o'clock, we had to cut it off.
Oh, really?
That was my mama's rule, cut that TV off.
That don't happen these days.
And go to bed. They usually, it stays on all night now.
Yeah.
That's it. But I don't, you know, and when I went to school, I don't remember having any. I remember my teachers, but at that time, they would, if you couldn't get your work or you missed spelling words, you got a lick for every word you missed.
Oh man.
And I didn't like that.
No. Couldn't imagine.
And on rainy nights, and if it was a storm, my mom made us cut the lights off, and I couldn't get my homework.
Oh,
And then I would get a whooping for that. But I didn't have any control over it because I had
to listen.
Yeah. And they could whoop you, and I didn't like that either. I was glad when they came up with, you know, when they couldn't whip you at school, you know, unless your mom gave them permission. And my mom never gave them permission to do that. But what else?
Yeah. What do you think? How do you think that influenced you? How do you think that influenced you, like growing up?
Oh, you know, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I was thinking about how could I better myself, you know? How could I get away from the cotton field, picking cotton and chopping cotton? I knew I wanted to do something better, but you know, the way we were living, it was hard to think of how you could do better. But what would usually happen, one of the relatives would leave, and they would go to the city, and they would get a job. And then they would call you and see if you wanted to come, you know, stay with them, and they would help you find a job. But I went to California, San Francisco, where the cousins that I have now. But I didn't like it.
No.
It was so many of them. I didn't think they had space for me.
Right.
And so I went back to Winsboro.
Yeah,
okay. And then
how long did you stay in California?
I stayed there, I guess, a couple of months.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't long. Okay.
Yeah, a couple of months. And I went back, and I went to college. I don't know. I was working in summertime. I worked in people's homes, and my brother was in Korea War.
Okay.
And he would send me money to go to school with. Now my rent was just $30 a month.
Oh, that must be nice.
And but it was 5 girls in the room.
Oh wow, okay.
And we all had a bed, and then we could go to the cafeteria.
Go having a session?
Having a session right now.
And we would go to cafeteria and eat, and we'd wash our clothes and, take care. They had grown a little, we had running water, and we could do all that, washing machines and stuff, so we could take care of ourselves. But my brother would always be late sending my money to me, the month would be almost gone before I got that $30.
Oh man.
So you see, but my roommates, they were really nice to me. If they didn't want to get up and go eat breakfast, and they would give me, we had a little meal card, that's what we had to use, and they'd give me the meal card, and I would go eat breakfast. That was the best meal of the day anyway. And but in at lunchtime, they would put some piece of whatever they had, they shared it with me and brought me my lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And then that evening they would do likewise, if they didn't want to go. But some of some of them, the students had parents with little, stores, and they would bring the kids canned goods, and they would have it, and they'd always share it with me at night. I had good friends.
Band together.
Yeah. So that's about how I got out of school. But I didn't have very much. I had few clothes, but it was enough, for me to survive. And the lunch part was the best, the most important thing. And we just had to have that $30 each month and have maybe $125 at the beginning of the semester to register with.
Okay.
And my oldest brother, he would kind of help me out,
Yeah. When you were in school, what were your favorite subjects?
Oh, Lord, I don't know. Probably, maybe history.
History. Okay. History's important. I like history myself. I'm a history buff.
Yeah.
Corey will tell you.
That was just about my favorite subject. But you know what? I wasn't a very good student too. My background, I was just above average. When a lot of kids could, made A's, straight A's, but I had to work hard for that. Though I had to work hard for that. So at the end of the 4 years, my mom, my dad, they were older. They were older, and the lady that they had the plantation. He told my daddy that he had to move. He had to find him another place to stay. And I was going to school, so that broke that up. And then my brother that's living here, he passed on. The girl Mary, it was her daddy.
Oh, okay.
He came and got us and brought us to Arkansas.
Okay.
And I had gone to Southern University for 3 years. And I had another year to do. So I just got me a job in a restaurant here and saved my money, and I went back to Pine Bluff, at school in Pine Bluff, and that's where I got my degree.
Okay.
I got in elementary education.
Okay.
And before I could, I never got my certificate because that summer I got out of school that summer and I got a job right away. And I didn't have to, I was working when I was supposed to graduate, but I had a job, so I didn't come and graduate, but they sent me my registration, my certificate and everything.
What was it that made you wanted to do elementary education?
Well, back then it wasn't a lot of things you could do.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't. We didn't have anything really.
Right.
Like, teaching was just about the only thing. They wouldn't. I wanted to go to the military, and my brother said that no, you don't want to go to the military. You don't want to go to the military. They use women in the military. But I don't think that was the truth. I don't think that was.
Yeah.
I don't. Now, later I said I don't think they.
Yeah, I don't think I ever knew that you ever wanted to go to the military.
Yeah, I wanted to go to the military. But that was out, so I got this job, teaching school in a little old rural place, and man, they were even They were pitiful. They didn't have it was plenty kids, but they didn't even have enough desks for the kids. I had 40 kids in my class.
Oh, wow.
And they had about 30 desks. So they had, and that was just too much for me.
This was at Pine Bluff?
Yeah.
Pine Bluff, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
And so I said, I was tired of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I made my first check when I was $500 a month.
A month?
A month.
Man.
That's what I brought home. But you realize things didn't cost like they do now.
Okay, yeah.
Things didn't cost like they did now. So
if it did, you'd be in trouble.
Mm-hmm. And before I did that, during my high school years, I told you about my great grandma. She was a slave. And when they freed her, they gave her 40 acres of land and a mule. And she and her daughter, all her children had died except this daughter. And they farmed. They would go, they had a mule and a plow, and they would make them like 2 bales of cotton. And they did all that themselves. And the clothes that they wore, if they bought some seeds to plant, cotton seeds to plant the cotton, they would take those sacks and make them some clothes out of. That's what they wore. They wore sack clothes. But they didn't spend any money, They didn't spend any money. And they saved their money, but they had more than the average person had. Because they had their own land, and whatever they made, it was theirs. If they made $300, that belonged to them. And that's how I could go visit my aunt, my grandma, and she would have some money to give me. And when she would give me some money, I would take it and bring it back to school. And my cousin that Kate, in California,
San Jose.
I would take them, go to their room and give them a nickel, so a dime, so they could go buy them some lunch. They could buy them something to eat. And they never forgot that. That had been years and years ago.
Right.
They never forgot that.
Right. It was one of the first things that Cousin Kate told me when I went to,
and when I go to California, they treat me so nice. They say, you would give us our lunch money. You saved us. We would be so hungry. They never. If I would call them right now, they would answer me. It was, but my mom helped raise their mom. And see, my mom came from a big family. She had her mom. They had about 12 children. 12 or 13, maybe more than that. But anyway, she was the oldest. My mama was the oldest girl, and then they had an older boy named Simon. The one that was on there, he was the oldest boy. And they kind of looked up to my mom, because you know how older ones help the younger ones. So that's what happened right there. And they always kind of respect my mom, But she had her daddy was a German. My grandpa, he was a German.
Oh.
He was white, and my grandma was black.
Okay.
And that was one of them deals where they just took the advantage of the slave folks, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was growing up, it was a lot of black kids. They looked like they were white because you white men, they would they would take the advantage of the black women because they couldn't do anything about it. They wouldn't do anything about it. So that's why it was so many. And like in New Orleans, you go down there, you just see, you can't hardly tell them apart. It was
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of them in South Louisiana.
Yeah.
It's a lot of them in South Louisiana. And not too many like around Winsboro. There was a few, but not a whole lot. But down in South Louisiana, it was quite a few of them.
What years would you say that you were teaching over at Pine Bluff? Well, when you did do
I finished it was like early 60s. You know, I was looking for my transcript, but I couldn't find it.
Right.
It was like, at first I took my first job was in West Memphis, Arkansas.
Okay.
It was in West Memphis, Arkansas. Well, I couldn't finish that year out because my mom got real sick. And I had to come home and take care of her. But the next year, I went to this other school it was in Blytheville. You ever heard about Blytheville, Arkansas?
Yep.
Well, that's where I went there and I worked. And then I saw, you know, that I wasn't making any progress there. It was kind of isolated, you know. And I said, nah. And then I just said, I'd give this up. And I stopped. If I could have gotten it like in a school in Little Rock, they paid a little more money.
Okay.
They paid a little more money than they did in the country, in the little country school. But you know, you'd have to work a while and get some experience before you got one of those jobs. If you knew somebody, you probably could.
So I'm guessing about that time, that's when you met Grandpa? What year did you meet Grandpa?
I met him around 63.
Okay. How'd you meet him?
On the Air Force Base.
On the Air Force Base.
Me and my sisters, we would go to the Air Force Base. You know. And we that's how I met him. And then after that, it was history.
Yeah, it was. It goes to this day. What was it like traveling with all the kids and being a military spouse?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Did you enjoy the places that you?
You know, you could kind of make your own. You could, you know, make your own entertainment and stuff, and we did. And I'd like to have parties when I was young. I had a lot of parties, you know. Come on over, you know, we play cards and we'd have some food and
good time.
And Davison worked at he was a medic. He worked, you know. And he met a lot of people, you know.
Right.
And I said, but I'm the one that would do all the, you know, inviting, and Davison could cook. And when they said we was having some, they would all come.
Oh yeah.
They would all come. I have anybody I invite, they would all show up.
Always show up. So lots of not house parties, but just get-togethers.
Yeah, we had a lot. We we would go to the club a lot. We went to the club and then we went to one place, it was like in Oklahoma, it was small base. And everybody, you know, we started on Thursday. We started partying on Thursday, and we partied through Sunday. We would go to the.
Try to keep up with grandma.
If we didn't have anything to do, we would have us a picnic. We said, let's have a picnic.
Right,
We go to the park and have a picnic.
Right.
Yeah, we did a lot of partying.
As far as like your generation to my generation, what would you say that's been, as you see, has changed?
Everything.
Everything. Okay.
You name it.
It's not even the same. It's not even the same.
It's so much different.
Yeah. Is it in a good way or bad way?
Well, it could be good and bad.
Right.
You know, it could be good and bad, you know. I tell you one thing is that these generations, they don't show you near as much respect as they got when in my generation. And I imagine before, you know, even before it got to mine, you know, or later, they start, you know, slacking off. They don't have any. They kind of do what they want to, because I tell you, if you got you a pretty good job, you try to stay on that job. But now, if a young person get a job, he don't like it. He don't care how much they pay. He get a job. He not
that
gonna
is
take
significantly
any
different.
less.
Yes.
He gonna walk away.
Yes.
You know. Now I kind of like that about him.
Okay.
You don't just stay and let somebody step on you and do you any kind of way.
Yep.
They stay on the job. You know. I've been here 15 years and I'm gonna stay on here till I retire. You know. You take everything.
Yes,
you know? But
you're right.
I didn't, and some people do that. Some people do that. I said I already left that job. I don't care if I had 2-3 more months left. I think I got away.
Just got away from it.
They were just. My nerves wouldn't have stood that though.
Me neither.
I would rather go pick some more cotton than to let somebody misuse me and just do me. I didn't believe in that now. I didn't take that kind of stuff. I stood up for myself.
Yeah, that's what you always should do. Always should do.
I stood up for myself. I didn't take stuff, you know. And if it would come like bullets and stuff like that, if they come toward me, listen, I'll protect myself. You know.
That should always be number one priority. If you don't advocate for yourself, no one will.
Yeah, that's
no one will.
I did.
I learned that the hard way as well. And sometimes it takes a hard lesson to learn that, but as long as you learn it, I think it's.
And like my kids, I tried to give them a better life than what I had, you know. And I think they did, you know. And I think each generation should do better for their kids, because now you see, like, a lot of them have generational wealth, you know. When our parents, they didn't leave us nothing. We didn't, you know, when they died, we had to bury them.
Yeah.
They didn't even have money to bury themselves. We had to bury them.
Wow.
No, they didn't have insurance. And another thing, it depends on the type of parents that you have too. That's something. You know, there are some people can save and they're better providers than others. But I think it was in my case, in our case, that my daddy loved to gamble. I think I told you that. He loved to gamble. And if he had some money, if you had some money, you had a dollar, he'd buy you part of yours, and anybody else that would let him have. And then he'd go, well, he'd think he could take that and make it into a lot of money.
Yeah.
And but that gambling is something that you win or lose.
Yes.
And most times you lose.
Yes.
Most times you lose.
Yes.
Because like casinos, that's a typical place.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you win, they'll let you win. Maybe you might win 1 or 2 times, but you put about 10 times that money in it. More money in it than you win. So if you go to a casino, which I go every once in a while, but I just go because I want to go. I have urge to go. It's sort of just let off, you know, just take a chance, you know, but you're supposed to have a certain amount of money you're going to spend.
Yeah.
And you ain't going to spend your rent money.
Right. There's a lot of people that spend their rent money.
That's right, that's right. And see, my daddy, he would go, he had some money one time, he went to pay the gas bill. And he went, instead of going to pay the gas bill, he went and tried to chance it to win some money. He lost it, and when we were sitting around this stove, it just, the man come and cut it off and said, whoop.
That was it.
That was it.
Oh man.
That was it. It left us in the cold.
Oh man. So what did y'all do?
Well, I think my mama, my mama she had a real good head on her, but she just didn't have no help. Somebody, and people would, they would help her out. Plus she had some brothers. And if she needed something, those brothers would come across for her.
That's good.
Just her. And but my great grandma, she would. I used to love to go stay all night with her. But she passed away.
That was Medea?
No, that wasn't Medea's. Let's see, was that Medea's? No, that wasn't Medea's mama. I get that was my daddy's grandma.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tell you, my mama's mother, her husband, when I told you that was a German, he had him a sweetheart. And he had 4 kids.
Oh, wow.
By this lady. And that put him up to about maybe 16 kids.
Oh, wow.
And his sweetheart died. And you know what he did? He gave those 4 kids that she had with that lady to my grandma's house.
Oh, man.
And you know what? She kept them.
Oh.
She kept them.
And raised them.
That's right.
Strong woman.
That's right. And one of them was the one that we talked about that his name was Dennis. He went out and had a child and had a little girl. And the little girl's mama died. And he took the little girl and carried her to his wife's house. And then she died. And that's when her sisters came and they gave the baby to her. And they carried her to New York. And we never heard from her since.
Wow. Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Man.
I guess she wondered about, but I don't know. told.
Mm-hmm. What would be something memorable or like a story you remember about me growing up?
Oh, let me see.
I know I did a lot.
No, you didn't do a whole lot. You loved to play ball. You loved to play ball. You was good in sports. You were good in football, and you were excellent in softball.
Mm-hmm.
You were good. You were a good kid. You were a good kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept him a lot. And if I had somewhere to go, I lived in Texas. If I come to Arkansas, they were just like my kids. Adrian and Gary, they were like my kids. And sometimes I make the mistake and say they my kids. Yeah, but you don't have to, Mama. People think I was on drugs or something. Cause you claim my kid. I said, well, they stayed with me so much I thought they was mine. I kept those boys all the time. All of the time. They look like to me they slept in my house as much as they did their own, you know. But she worked, their mama did work all the time, though. She had a job, she did good. She did good with them all. And now Adrian he was a quiet one. He was a shy one. But his brother Gary,
No.
just the opposite. Just the opposite. Just the opposite. That boy was something else. I said, and he told, listen, Adrian would tell GC what to do. And he would do it, you know. We could be sitting up in the house talking and hear him and GC come crawling across the floor. Boy, what are y'all doing? They was being bad. Ooh, yeah, GC, he would say, he'd be out. And before GC went to stay with his father, I told Demetri, I said, because what he did, he started playing hooky at school, you know, from school. And by him being like he is, I was afraid he was going to get into something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I thought maybe his daddy could do better, you know, to keep his feet to the fire. And I think he did. But Adrian, he wasn't going to do nothing no way, so it was all right with him. Yeah,
I was a good one.
He wasn't going to do nothing. He wasn't going to do nothing. Mm-mm. Yeah, he was a good kid. Both of them good kids, so I didn't have any problem out of it. EGC loved to play. He would play outside. He'd play outside. But Adrian had a lot of friends, so when we left Texas, this boy, he was Adrian's friend, and he said, why y'all want to go to Arkansas? He didn't want Adrian to leave. He had good friends. And I said, I don't know.
Oh, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember a lot of
He didn't want to
softball.
see you go.
Yeah.
He wants you to stay in Wichita Falls.
Stay there.
Mm-hmm. You left Wichita Falls too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a ton of friends. We were always playing football and baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure did. You all would go places and play ball.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian could play ball.
Those were those days where it was a punishment to stay inside.
But you know what, GC, he couldn't hit a ball. He had 10 thumbs. He couldn't hit a ball, but I mean, he hustled now. He would go He played some ball, but he just couldn't hit the ball. He just couldn't hit.
He was more of a football defense guy.
He played, and you played football too. Did you play for the Mighty Vikings?
I didn't play for the Mighty Vikings. I played for the Redskins on Shepherd Air Force Base.
Yeah, but why you didn't play for the Mighty Vikings?
I was too old. I played Jacksonville Red Devils, the high school.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I was too old to play Mighty Vikings.
Okay. Yeah. I remember GC played.
GC played and Timmy played. I didn't play.
Now Timmy, he didn't do nothing but kick rocks. he didn't play no he. He wasn't no athlete. He just he tried to play football. He got pretty good with.
Yeah, he got pretty good.
Yeah, with football. When he got interested in it, but when he played for the Mighty Vikings, but he didn't. I don't think he wanted to play then. I don't think he really wanted to.
Yeah, I think he played and then he probably kind of lost interest along the way.
And he talked so much. He some boy said, "Will you shut up?" He just talk.
Is there any advice that you can give to the younger generations, or just life, just things that you've learned along the way?
You know, try to get an education. I think
go to
you
college.
should. And if you don't go to college, you need to get you a trade. You need to go somewhere and get your certificate in doing something. And I can understand why. See, when I came along, you couldn't get. Scholarship was unheard of for us. We had to go on our own. And I imagine there's a lot of kids out there, they didn't even try because they just knew they didn't have the finance to do anything. So they didn't try. But now, if your parents don't have that much money, they'll give you a grant to go to school.
Okay, yeah.
And you don't have to pay it back. But sometimes they won't take the advantage of that. Now I think Elijah probably could have gone to college, couldn't he? He wouldn't go.
He certainly can.
Now see, when he get older, he gonna try to go to school, watch. A lot of times they wait till they have all the time that they need when they're young, and then when they get old, they start trying to go to school.
He has a full ride.
Yeah.
He has a full ride.
I
wish he would take advantage of it.
I wish he had to. I wish he had.
Yeah, he still can. He's still got a couple of years left, but
I wish he would get. He need to get in something. He need to get in something that he can fall back on. I really think that.
Well, I got like 2 more questions for you. What was looking back on your life? What are you most proud of?
You know what I'm most proud of? I'm most proud of my children. I think I did. Nobody told me that. But I think I did an excellent job with my children.
Yeah, I would agree.
I really think, and I thank God. I get up in the morning and sometime at night I thank God for my children. Because I never had any trouble with my kids. The police never come and knocked on my door and said, "I got your boy down there." If my kids when they went to practice, if they had to go practice ball, I carried them. I was like a taxi. I put those boys in the car and I take them.
I think Grandma took me to every one of my
And
practices.
then they have to go out of town, and they had to have those. little baseball things, you have to put some stuff down in and knee on them. And I said, oh my goodness, I get so sick of these. And I would have 3 pairs sometimes for me to do. But I stuck with it some kind of way. I stuck with it.
Well, I appreciate it. 'Cause I think you took me to every one of my games.
Yeah.
I think you went to every one of my games too. All my football, baseball, basketball. I was always in the sports or doing something.
Yeah, we did. We all had friends. Y'all would go outside and play. And I never didn't have to worry about fights. They didn't fight. They were good. That's why I said they were good kids.
Yeah.
They were good kids.
I think you did a great job.
It was hard sometimes. But I stuck with it. I stuck with it. It was hard sometimes.
Yeah.
But y'all, I think they helped me out. You all were good kids.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad we could help you out.
And the Asians said, you know what? He took swimming. Now they participated in everything. They learned how to swim. And they like sports. And Adrian was taking swimming classes. And it was time for him to get on the diving board. And he's supposed to dive off there. And he said, and GC was in. We was where he said, Asian was up there. We said, let's watch Asian take his dive. And Asian went to the, and GC was in, jump, Adrian, jump. Don't be no fraidy cat, jump. And his teacher was right down there waiting on him. Jump, jump. Asian went down and he looked. After a while, he turned around and down.
No. Oh, yeah, I wasn't doing that jump. It was too much. Yep, I turned around and walked down that one. And I did not jump. They still passed me though.
Yeah. And you know, one time we stopped at we was at a circus or somewhere for our wildlife or something they had in Texas. Gee, Asian wouldn't get up on top of the elephant. He was scared to get on the elephant. GC was up on the elephant. Asian, no, I don't get up on the elephant.
Big elephant.
He would get up on that elephant. I said, I know Adrian ain't gonna get up on that. Them boys was a mess. They were a mess.
Well, last question. Is there anything I didn't ask you that you want me to know or tell me or?
Well, one thing that but you already know it before you were born. Your mother, I had your mother off before I got married.
Mm.
And when you came out of the hospital, you were put in my arms, and you would look at me when I'd be holding you, be looking. His eyes would go all around you. I said, you gonna know me next time you see me. He just watched me. He just watched me. But even when he was good. He was a good baby. Mm-hmm. He was a good baby.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it, Grandma. To hear your story, it's a lot of, been through a lot, seen a lot, know a lot. So
Yeah.
I appreciate everything you've done for me. You know, I wouldn't be who I am without you.
Yeah, I thank you, appreciate it, I appreciate you too.
Man. Good.
I think you got you a square helpmate.
She keeps you square.
I think that's good.
Oh, thank you.
It's good, I really do. I think Corey is just wonderful.
Good. I
Very
think she's
sweet.
wonderful.
Very sweet.
She's just wonderful, I think.
Okay.
All right.